Awesome.
Absolutely. Thank y'all so much for having us. We're super excited, like always. My name is Derek Forston. I'm the founder and thought leader of Forston Consultants, and that is simply a consulting business where we go all over the world showing people this shared housing environment we're always talking about. We've trademarked the phrase independent living facility. So again, if
Yes.
you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program but didn't know where to start, I'm the guy to come and see. Other than that, Miss Lynette, back on you because I'm excited to hear from Mr.
Me
Don.
too.
All
Let's do
right.
it.
All right. You just introduced him, Derek.
Oh shoot. That was not my job.
See, Derek for the people, y'all.
He is absolutely for the people, but no more delay, guys. Let's jump into this. And again, I am super excited to have with us today Mr. Don Daniel, also known as Mr. Pill. He is with us now. Those of you that can stream on wokb.com, go there because you'll be able to see him. If you're listening, it's fine. You'll be able to hear him loud and clear, but go to wokb.com. All right. Mr. Don Daniel in the house, y'all.
Yes.
Come on, give it up for Mr. Daniel. We're so excited to have you here with us today. And this is a premiere for you. You've never talked about the pill method on radio.
No, this version that you're going to get today has never ever been talked about on radio. I have done radio interviews before,
Yes,
but
sir.
you all are going to get something special.
Wow.
And we're ready.
We are absolutely ready. All right. So talk to us, Mr. Daniel. Tell us, first of all, introduce yourself, let us know who you are, and then talk to us about the pill.
Okay. Well, my name is Don Daniel, like they said, and I'm the founder of Pill Method International. And what I want to share with you right now is that sometimes we get so involved in what I'm talking about that we fail to really listen to how we could get in touch later. So I want to give that to you now. You can go to ice10k.com. That's ICE. The number 10, the letter K.com. I even put it in the private chat so that the engineers can put that up as well.
Okay.
And so that you will be able to contact us and get more information later. But let's jump into this thing.
Yes.
I have ASD, which is autism spectrum disorder. All right. And I see things differently than other people.
Okay.
When I look at something, I see things in pictures and patterns. So when I see an amortization schedule, I see things your real estate agent doesn't see. I see things your mortgage person doesn't see. I see things that your financial planner does not see. In fact, how a mortgage or student loan or credit card, how those loans actually work is not taught at any level of financial education. So please, what you learn here, don't take back to your banker, because I guarantee you that your banker is not schooled in how a mortgage actually works. Your
Wow.
banker is schooled in how to sell products.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wow. Wow.
And
Wow.
so remember that. So what you're going to learn here today, you can only learn from the pill method because I own the copyright.
Okay.
on.
Okay. You own the
Wow,
copyright.
let's talk about it.
Okay. So let's talk about it. Let's kind of give people a frame for what they're about to hear. So what we want to do always here on Let's Talk Business is we want to give you tools, we want to give you tips, we want to give you information, but we also want to give you strategy.
Yeah.
Some very real to life opportunities for you to become your own bank. The big question for a lot of entrepreneurs, Dr. Daniel, I just gave you a title.
Give me a promotion. I'll take the promotion. I'll take the promotion.
All right. Yes. All right. You're the doctor of the pill method. So a lot of challenges for the entrepreneur is finance.
Yes.
And if we can give them strategy to give them a way to bank themselves, to fund their dream, to fund their project, then I think that we're definitely providing a great service to this community of entrepreneurs.
Yes.
So that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about strategy. And the pill method is a way for you to get yourself freed up from a lot of entanglement when it comes to money. Come on.
Yes.
All right. So that's what Dr. Daniel is here to give us today. He's here to give us the strategy that he's created, that he owns the copyright for. All right. So give us the meaning of the acronym.
All right. The meaning of the acronym is prepayment of principal, isolating the principal amount, leverage, and liquidity. When you understand these four principles, you begin to understand how lending actually works in this country. In fact, the way that it's practiced now, we call in my book financial violence.
Wow. Wow.
That's
wow.
how, listen, we have been, we're complicit in our own victimization because of how we've been oriented towards debt.
Okay.
Wow.
So we want to be able to borrow money at a discount. Some
Wow.
people are cautioned against borrowed money. Well, let me tell you something. Borrowing money, but paying the bank pennies on the dollar for the use of their money, what could be wrong with that? In fact, you can learn how to borrow money at an effective interest rate of 2% or less, even on your mortgage. I don't care what the interest rate is.
Okay.
We're going to help you to control the interest cost.
Wow. Okay.
So that when you do the math, it comes out at 2% or less. In fact, a lot of my clients have an effective interest rate of less than 1%.
Wow. Okay, so you said a lot. You've already just a lot. Financial violence is going to be stuck in my head all day long. Financial violence.
Come
Wow.
on.
Wow. Okay. So Dr. Daniel, I think we've got to take a quick break. And we're going to be back for the second part of the show. And we're going to pick up right from where you left off and give us an expansion of that acronym. All right, guys. So listen, nobody go anywhere. Like I told you guys last Friday, make this lunch hour priority. No
Yes.
running errands, none of that. We need to get this information
Yeah,
in our spirits.
absolutely.
All right. So we'll be right back with more Let's Talk Business with the business maven, me, Lynette Green.
Do you love God, love people, and love real estate? Let Forster Consultants show you how to merge all three of those together. We teach you how to open your own shared housing program for displaced and homeless adults. This does not require a license, and you do not have to own the property. Visit ForsterConsultants.com for more information, but also text more info to 407-326-0086 to get started.
Hey everybody, it's me, Lynette Green, the business maven, inviting you to join me right here on WOKB, Fridays at 12 noon for the Business Maven Presents Let's Talk Business. Listen in for tips and tools and information that will help you start and stay in business. Don't miss it every Friday, 12 noon, right here on WOKB, the Business Maven Presents Let's Talk Business.
Have you ever dreamed of starting your own group home but felt lost in the maze of regulations and licenses? Let Forster Consultants guide you to the unlicensed version. Text more info to 407-326-0086. Again, you're going to text more info to 407-326-0086.
Hello there. I'm Don Daniel, founder of The P.I.L.L Method. Join me and Lynette Green, the business maven, for Let's Talk Business this Friday at noon on WOKB. Discover how my method can eliminate all of your debt, including your 30-year mortgage, in about 7 years and accelerate wealth building using your current budget. Just imagine living debt-free and financially independent. Don't miss these groundbreaking strategies never before revealed on radio. Tune in this Friday at 12 noon on WOKB for Let's Talk Business with me, Don Daniel, and the business maven, Lynette Green. It's going to be a game changer.
All right, guys, we are back for part 2 of Let's Talk Business with the business maven. That's me, Lynette Green. I'm also here with the Forstons. We have on my right,
Derek.
and on my left,
Shay.
Derek. You don't know your right from your left.
I was ready to go back to Don, so I was shocked that you wanted me to reintroduce myself. So.
Right? I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? All right, guys. So right before the break, we introduced to you Mr. Don Daniel, who is the owner of the P.I.L.L method, and we gave you the definition for the acronym. P.I.L.L is an acronym. We gave you that definition. He said some very key words in his introduction. He talked about the financial violence that we commit just because we simply do not know the back office of a mortgage and other types of debt. And he said some other amazing things. I see Glenn taking notes, Mr. Daniel. He's
Okay.
Got his
taking notes. You started talking and he got up and found pen and paper.
I suggest everybody does that.
Everybody. All right, so I'm not gonna delay the time. Let's get back to it. Let's keep talking here. So give us part two.
Okay. Well, here's what we're going to be talking about because we're going to be back next week and you do not want to miss next week. All right. Because we're going to get it down to the nitty gritty. Out of the P.I.L.L method, which stands for prepayment of principal, isolating the principal amount, leverage, and liquidity, we'll only have time to go over a couple of elements of the prepayment of principal today.
Okay.
Which is very powerful. But the other 3 letters are more powerful than what you're going to see today. So if you like today, come back next week.
That's the cliffhanger, y'all.
They better.
Love it.
Okay.
All right. Let's do it.
All right. So here's what we're talking about. Most people want to get the lowest interest rate possible, and they think that's the thing to do. What you want to do is understand how the bank makes money through interest. And then you can come up with an idea of how to defeat the bank at their own game, how you can borrow money at a discount so that they're not charging you all of that interest.
Okay.
So you can cut your interest cost by 75% and pay off all of your debt in an average of 7 to 9 years. Not just the mortgage, but your mortgage, student loans, credit cards, and car loans in an average of 7 to 9 years because you don't need more money to get out of debt. You just need to pay less interest.
Wow. Okay. You said something I think that's also pivotal in your introduction. You said that this can be done using your current budget.
Current budget, yes.
So explain how we can make that happen.
Okay, now let me put this example on the screen right here. Okay. So let's get your engineer can go ahead and put that on the screen. And so I have an amortization schedule here. This is a $300,000 mortgage at let me do the 6% right now because people are afraid of high interest rates. So let me show you what's going on here. 6% on a $300,000 mortgage. I want to show you that the total interest paid that the bank wants is $347,000. How in the world is this number 6% of 300,000? They want more in interest than the amount borrowed. Total paid back on this loan will be $647,000 if we don't do something about it. I can't do anything about what you negotiate for the price of the house, but we can negotiate. We can do something about all this interest because your paperwork you receive 3 days before you get this mortgage states this: total interest paid as a percentage of principal on the interest rate you have, and in this case, it's 6%. It is really 115.838%, and it is totally legal.
Wow.
Totally.
Okay. Wow.
So your budget says that you can afford to pay this amount of money. You can afford to pay this mortgage. So we're going to use the same budget. I'm going to show you how to use the same budget to pay less interest. So I ask my clients a lot of times, can you afford to pay less?
Wow.
That's an
Okay.
interesting question.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
I
say
can.
yes. Yes, please.
Okay. So let me break this down for you. On the very first payment is $1,798.65. Now remember, this is just a couple of examples of the letter P. This is
Yes.
not the entire program, but you'll get a taste of what you need to know to learn how to read an amortization schedule. So come back next week for more information on this.
Yes.
Out of that payment, only
Mhm.
$298.65 goes to principal. That's to pay back the loan.
Mhm.
$1,500 goes to interest.
Yep.
$1,500.
Yep.
So if we take a look at how much money we're spending in a year, if you add up all the principal payments, now don't go to your paperwork and pull out an amortization schedule, because you will not find these two columns, cumulative principal and cumulative interest.
Mhm.
This is where you add up all the principal payments for 1 year. Add all these up for 1 year, it comes to $3,684. But look how much goes to interest in the first year. $17,899.80, because all of these interest payments get paid out. Now, let me tell you, interest payments that the bank is looking for is only a suggestion.
Wow.
My goodness.
You don't have to, it's not mandatory that you give them this money. Let's show you how you can give the bank back their money and make it impossible for them to charge you interest.
Time out.
Wait.
Flag on the play.
We need to digest what you just said.
Yes.
We are not legally bound to paying back all of that interest.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Go.
All right. So here's what we're talking about. Everybody knows that you can pay more than the minimum payment.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Okay. But when you pay more than the minimum payment, you know you're saving time
Mm-hmm.
and you know you're saving interest.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody told you how to figure out how much interest you're saving.
Okay.
And the bank or credit card company or your auto loan, none of these loans tell you, thank you very much for this extra money you sent us. Here's how much interest you saved. In fact, we don't even know to ask.
Wow.
So somebody who has this loan will pay out over $21,000 in a year. Okay. And only out of their $21,000, the credit they're going to get for this is only $3,600. The rest goes to interest.
Wow.
A lot of my clients have no idea how much interest they're consuming per month. Let's talk about how they can gauge their interest that they're consuming and not pay it. Let me give you an example. If you make this payment here, make your very first payment, let's call it January.
Okay.
All right. January's payment is made, and you look at your amortization schedule, you can see February's principal payment, which is $300.14, correct?
Yes.
Correct. Yep.
That would be next month's principal payment. So let me ask you, do I have to wait till February to give them that money?
No.
If I have it, could I give it to them in January if I wanted to?
Yes.
Absolutely.
If I did, guess what? All $300.14 goes to principal. Here's how it works. I make my mortgage payment here, $298.65 is subtracted from the $300,000 that I owe. I'm left with this number. Okay. And then in the same month, I'm going to give them another $300.14 that they were looking for next month. I can give that to them this month.
Yeah.
If I do, that goes straight to principal right now. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. Right to principal right now. So I'm paid down to line 2 on my amortization schedule in 1 month. So February's new payment is on line 3 of the schedule. What just happened? For $300, I got rid of line 2 on
All
my
together.
amortization.
Yeah.
Line 2 is gone. Payment number 1 is now touching payment number 3.
Yep.
And
Wow.
what happened to this $1,498.51 the bank was looking for?
We said bye-bye to it.
Saved in
It
my
is
pocket.
eliminated. It is crushed. It is gone. So
Wow.
here's what we're talking about. We need to learn how to give the bank back their money in a way which makes it impossible for them to charge us interest.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Listen.
Dr. Daniel, we've got to take a quick break so we can wrap up today's show. Everybody, we will be right back for the conclusion for today. But you better go ahead and get your schedule together because we're going to be
They
here for
better.
the next few Fridays, and you don't want to miss it. We'll be right back with more
Wow.
Live Talk. Oh, wait, this isn't Live Talk with Lynette, is it?
It is.
Let's talk business with the business maven. We'll be right back.
Do you love God, love people, and love real estate? Let Forster Consultants show you how to merge all three of those together. We teach you how to open your own shared housing program for displaced and homeless adults. This does not require a license, and you do not have to own the property. Visit ForsterConsultants.com for more information, but also text more info to 407-326-0086 to get started.
Have you ever dreamed of starting your own group home but felt lost in the maze of regulations and licenses? Let Forston Consultants guide you to the unlicensed version. Text more info to 407-326-0086. Again, you're going to text more info to 407-326-0086.
All right, guys, we're back to wrap up. The Business Maven presents Let's Talk Business. What a fantastic show
Wow.
today. And Mr. Don Daniel is with us, Mr. P.I.L.L, who introduced the P.I.L.L method to us today.
Listen.
Fantastic information, mind-blowing. He gave us a strategy to get out of debt and a way to fund our businesses.
Yeah.
Mr. Daniel,
Yes.
wrap this for us today. You'll be back with us again next Friday at 12. But can you wrap this? Just kind of give us a quick cap today.
Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about saving money and interest and being able to build wealth simultaneously. And I want to thank you, Lynette, and I want to say hello to Shay and Derek as well. And listen, I want to come back to Florida to do a live
do it.
presentation.
Yes,
Let's do it.
we
Let's
will
do it.
sponsor
Let's
that.
do it.
We'll
Okay.
sponsor
Let's
that.
do it.
Y'all heard it right here on
Let's
WOKB.
do
He's
it.
coming.
I want to come
Coming.
back there to do a live
Yes.
presentation. I want you all to set it up. We're going to talk about it.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So let's do this one last thing. Let's put that example back up on the screen, and we're going to give you something to chew on for the next week. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
We
now
got 1 minute.
we just learned that we can prepay. Now let's just say we know we're going to pay this much in 1 year. Do we have to pay that in 12 monthly installments?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or could we pay it all at one time if we wanted to?
If we wanted to, we can pay it
Well,
all at once.
one
All at
time.
one time.
All right. Let's say we did that. Let me show you what would happen if you did. You would be paid down to line 12 on your amortization schedule in 1 month.
Wow.
Mm.
Wow, wow, wow.
And you would skip all the interest payments between line 2 and line 12.
Fantastic.
To
Fantastic.
do this the bank's way, it would cost you $17,000 to do it their way to pay your loan down this far.
Mhm.
But if you give it to them all at once, it only costs you $1,500.
Wow.
You save
Wow.
over $16,000 in interest to get to the same place. That's where we're going to end it today, but we got
Okay.
more next week.
All right. All right, Mr. Daniel, thank you so much for being here with us today. Mic drop.
Mic
Okay. And we will be right back here, guys, next week, Friday.
Yeah.
At 12 noon for more of the Business Maven Presents Let's Talk Business with my great friends, Shay and Derek Forston. Have a great weekend, you guys. Check us out on social media. You can go to forstonconsultants.com to get information about the Forstons and their empire. Yes, it's an empire doing great things for the kingdom of God.
I received.
All right, y'all. Have a phenomenal
Don't
weekend.
wait to
We'll
be
see
great,
you.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Thank you for listening to Let's Talk Business with the business maven, Lynette Green. For more information about the show or to contact Lynette Green, go to the